Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tarot in the Star. I am your host, Melody. Today, we're going to be doing another missing persons episode, ghost box reading. But this one will be a little bit different because part of a car was found in this situation for this missing person. And it's a family that's missing. So we're going to get into it and use ghost backs to try to find clues as to who committed this crime and what happened to 3 members of the family that were never found. So it's kind of a partial missing, still a missing case. But getting the clues is important to try to see if it leads us to anything further with this case. So without further ado, let's say our prayer to Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael, please protect me and my viewers as I conduct this ghost box reading on the Martin family. Please protect us from negative forces, negative energies, entities, negative beings, demonic forces, demonic entities, demonic beings. Please protect us from attacks or attachments from such, and keep us shielded in white light and protected. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Thank you so much for protecting us as we watch this video now or in the future for future people that watch this video. Thank you for protecting us. Amen. Okay. So the Martin family, I don't know if you guys know the story about this. I came across this story and it was a little baffling to me because this family went missing in 1958, quite a long time ago. Now, the thing with this is that their older son, they were pointing the finger at him, saying maybe he had something to do with it. Then they're pointing the finger at some other people, thinking that they had something to do with it. This family went missing on December 7th, 1958. They went to go get some Christmas stuff to make Christmas wreaths. And they went to the Columbia River Gorge. And they went in their 1954 Ford station wagon. It was a family. It was a father, a mother. The father's name was Kenneth. The mother's name is Barbara. They had a daughter named Barbara as well, but they called her Barbie. They had another daughter named Susan and another daughter named Virginia. Their son Donald was in the Navy at the time, so he wasn't with them. I think he might have been at the Navy or he might have been home, something, but he didn't go with them on this family trip. So they went, and they went to go get the Christmas stuff, and, people reported them, at the gas station. They filled up their gas because back in those times they filled up your gas tank. So, they reported them saying that was completed and, which direction they were headed in. So they were missing for a long time, and then recently, in March of this year, parts of the vehicle were found in the lake, in the river. I believe it was the Columbia River Gorge is where they found it. Parts of the vehicle were found in there. Whatever's left, okay, because they went missing in 1958, so not much of their vehicle is going to be left. There's, in the water, metal rusts and metal, anemones start eating away the metal, and, fish start eating whatever's there. It just becomes, barely anything by the time you know it. So they found pieces of the car, and they sent it to the crime lab, and sure enough, it's the car. Okay? They never found Kenneth, his wife Barbara, or their daughter Barbie. What they did find, and this was right after they went missing in 1958, a couple of months after that, like 4 or 5 months after that, Susan and Virginia, their daughters, were found floating in the river. And when they were taken in to take a look at, the person that first took a look at them said, "Oh, it looks like they may have holes in their head." But then the coroner that did the autopsy, he never put that. He put, as the cause of them being ended, he put drowning, okay? So, okay, that's a mystery in itself. I mean, were they shot? Who knows? These are 2 little girls. All 3 girls were little. They were like 11, 12, 10, something like that, maybe even a little bit older, 11, 12, 13, something like that. But the parents were never found, and their other daughter, Barbie, was never found. Now, we wouldn't think they're going to be found, you guys, because this is 1958. I'll be honest with you, anybody that's, even if you accidentally went into the river in your car, the likelihood of your skeletal remains being found is nilch, almost nilch, because animals start eating off of the bone even, so it's almost impossible. Okay, so I wouldn't think that they would be found. And we're talking, they found parts of the vehicle in 2025, and they went missing in 1958, right? So let's get into it. Let's see what we find out. We're going to dive in and see what happened to them. Like, did they go off into the river by accident? I mean, did he lose control of the vehicle? I mean, who knows? Okay. Spirit guides of the Martin family, Kenneth Martin, Barbara Martin. If you can come through and tell us what happened exactly in December 7, 1958, where your vehicle was found in the river. What happened to you guys?
He's gone.
Spirit guides of Kenneth and Barbara Martin that went missing on December 7th, 1958 from the nearby the Columbia River Gorge. Can you tell us, did you guys meet with foul play? Spirit guides of the Martin family, Kenneth Martin and Barbara Martin, that went missing on December 7th, 1958 from the Columbia River Gorge. Kenneth, if you can hear me, and you can talk through this device here, and I can hear you. Did Donald, your son, have anything to do with your guys' disappearance? Spirit guides of the Martin family, Kenneth Martin and Barbara Martin, that went missing on December 7th, 1958 by the Columbia River Gorge. Kenneth, they found parts of your car recently in March 2025. That's the year that we are in now. They found parts of your car in the river, but they have never found you, Barbara, or Barbie. What happened to you three?
Lacey?
Good death.
Kelsey.
Spirit guides of the Martin family, Kenneth Martin and Barbara Martin, that went missing on December 7th, 1958, around the Columbia River Gorge. Kenneth and Barbara Martin, I feel really bad for what happened to you guys. I'm trying to conduct this interview to try to gather more clues, so we can provide these clues to any authorities that are watching the show. Can you tell us if a gun was any part of the situation here?
Go to left.
Spirit guides of the Martin family, Kenneth Martin and Barbara Martin, that went missing on December 7th, 1958, around the Columbia River Gorge. Kenneth Martin, can you answer us this? Where were all of your lives ended before your car went into the river?
And they don't. All this.
Spirit guides of the Martin family, Kenneth Martin and Barbara Martin, we are speaking with you too, that went missing on December 7th, 1958, around the Columbia River Gorge. Kenneth or Barbara Martin, do you have any messages for any family that is still living today or authorities that are still looking into your case. Thank you so much for coming through. The Martin family, Kenneth Martin, Barbara Martin, Barbie Martin, Susan Martin, or Virginia Martin, if you came through. Thank you for coming through, or your spirit guides, if they came through to speak. Thank you for coming through. Or any spirits that wanted to speak on your behalf, thank you for coming through to provide us more clues or insight as to what happened to them. We are ending the session with you all now, and we are saying goodbye to you all now. We are ending the session with you all now, and we are saying goodbye to you all now. Goodbye, we are ending the session, goodbye. And for those of you still watching Tarot and the Star, I pick up somebody that I'm picking up like somebody that's injured, that's in the river drowning, like one of them it's like injured in drowning as they're injured or something like that. That's what I'm getting, like water going into the lungs, but too injured to really get out of the situation, you know, kind of what I'm getting, something like that, like on the brink of being ended, like they're almost ended, you know, and so they're transitioning out of the body, you know, like the injury, the water, and it's fast. It's a fast ending. That's what I do pick up. I pick up before that like a happy family, like laughing, cheerful, music playing in the car, kids laughing, you know. It's just a horrible, horrible fate for this family. Horrible. I mean, can you imagine them going out there to get some Christmas decorations and then this happens, right? Horrible. So we'll see what clues come through for the Martin family. And, I mean, this is so long ago, so I don't even know if there was anybody around that would still be around from their family that's living today. Maybe, you know, a few people. I don't know. It's a long time ago. So we'll see. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Tarot and Star and watching today's program. If you're not subscribed, do subscribe and click on the notification button so you're notified of my upcoming videos. And click on the like button if you're liking these videos, because it gets it out in the algorithm for other people to see it. And that, you know, we care about that. You know, other people seeing it, it's always a good thing. Somebody may know what happened to them out there, or maybe, you know, it was passed down from relative to relative where somebody knows the secret here or something. I think with a lot of cases, when I look at some of these cases, I feel like some people know the answers out there. They know the answer from somebody that told them what happened. and they don't think to come forward with that. They're not thinking to come forward with that, or nor is there like a sense of urgency, because it's like something where you just kind of put in the back of your mind and you're thinking, well, it's not my problem, I'm not involved. But if you know something, come forward with it, because in a situation like this, I mean, they've been gone for so long. Whatever information is being told, as to what happened to them, it's good information for the authorities to look into, but likelihood of people still being around is very less likely, right? They might not be living, a lot of people today, from that time. Okay, so I mean, it doesn't hurt to come forward if you know something about what happened there. But I appreciate for all of you guys that are sharing this and are liking these and are commenting. It really means a lot to me. It helps this channel to grow. It helps us to grow as a community. And I really quite enjoy that. I really enjoy reading your comments and responding to them. And a lot of times I have to ground my energy, because some of these cases, they get to me. I pick up the case, and sometimes it hurts because I pick up the emotion of them. And sometimes not so bad, So I have to take time in between to ground myself from situations like this. And that's why I do these on the weekend, for you and I to share these cases together and kind of get this message out to people, and try to see if we can gather the clues from these and figure out what happened. Or maybe authorities can go down a different lead that they didn't think about. So it's a win-win. And I'm sure that you guys like watching the missing as well. It gives you a lot of information with some of these that, there's a lot of twists and turns that you didn't know about. And some of these are kind of shocking, and it's good to know, because then it helps, whatever authority is watching this, it helps lead them down a different direction that they didn't think about, and so that's a good thing, because if we can find the missing, great. If we can find out what happened, great. So we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for joining me, and I appreciate every single one of you. Until the next time, talk to you then. Bye now.